Hey, did you hear the story? So there's a guy, he does like YouTube videos. His name is Brandon Buckingham. He's been going to like people's hoods, you know, kind of showing these guys in their natural environment. And apparently he went to Chicago, but he had a Philadelphia artist with him, Skrilla. And apparently some people pulled up and there was shots fired. There's rumors that, you know, the rapper was shot, but maybe he was shot even as well. And
this is off the heels of that other rapper who got murdered after doing a video with this guy, right?
Yes. And I thought about it and I said, wow. Because me and him, we got in the back and forth, and he told me, he's like, he said, you're a coward for not going out there and being feet on land. And I said, you know, today after hearing 2 shootings, 2 videos, and I said, I think it's cool to be a coward. I like being a coward. Look, you used to do these run and gun interviews in the field back in the day. What's your thoughts?
I mean, my first interview, my first video project ever was with Game and New Jersey Devil. He was this dude from New Jersey who was like a blood, and you know, and I remember going to the studio in New Jersey, and dudes are pulling out guns, pointing them at the screen.
Were you in front of the camera?
With me holding the camera.
Did you be like, yo, is that not loaded?
I mean, you know, you kind of think about it afterwards, but at the time, you're kind of getting...
Damn, you were in the field, Vlad.
Yeah, you know.
Feet on land.
But I could tell you, I interviewed Lil Easy, who was Eazy-E's oldest son. And we did the interview in front of his... in front of Eazy's grandparents' house, his great-grandparents' house, you know, and Eazy was essentially raised by his grandparents. So this was like in Compton on the corner. It was like a known block. And I remember me and Lil Eazy talked about this when we did our first interview. And he didn't deny that this happened because it actually happened. And I remember we were about to start the interview. You got to understand, this is not Vlad TV. This is Vlad DVD days, where I'm a fringe character. I'm a DJ who's doing video. So I'm not really that known. It's not like a big thing that I'm out there. But I'm getting ready to film, and he kind of sets up kind of on the corner. He's kind of leaning up against a car, I think. And before the interview starts, one of his friends walks up to him and hands him a pistol. And he tucks the pistol into his waist. This is before I actually start, this is before I press the record button. This is not on camera. This is real life. So he tucks the pistol in his waist and then, puts his shirt over it. So I'm interviewing him, and the whole time his head is on a swivel. He's talking, and then he turns around, talking, turns around, talking, turns around. And I'm holding the camera going like, where the fuck are we right now? Like, what the fuck what did I just walk into? This dude, it looks like a drive-by is about to happen.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you got a pistol, you're looking around to see who's coming. I don't have a gun. I don't have security. No one's watching my back.
Yeah.
He might be able to return fire. I'm just going to get shot. And I just said, that's it. I'm not doing this again. Fuck the authenticism, I'm not putting my life in danger to try to have a cool backdrop or have people, function in their own neighborhoods or their own studios or whatever. This is where, as I started to mature, it was like, okay, we're going to have our studios, people are going to come to us, and we'll have security there when necessary. But, I'm saying we're going to limit the amount of people that come, this, that, and the third. I'm not going to be put in this position where I'm worried about my life. I mean, even like, for example, like, when I interviewed Quando Rondo, he was like, well, I'm on house arrest. You got to come to Savannah. And I'm like, all right,
he had
cool.
you in the trenches.
Well, no. So I was like, okay, where would you like to film it? He was like, well, there's a studio in the JW Marriott. The JW Marriott's like a 5-star hotel. You see what I'm saying? And the studio is actually part of the hotel. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, well, this is fine. You know what I'm saying? No one's going to have a shootout in the middle of a fucking JW Marriott. You know what I mean? At least I would hope not. But, I didn't even bring security to that because I felt like, okay, this is a professional environment. I'd interviewed him before. We have a rapport of some sort. You know, he knows I'm not there on some bullshit. You know, I pose no threat to him whatsoever. His ops aren't going to roll up into the JW Marriott and shoot up the place. So, yeah. But if he told me, like, yo, come to my studio, like, in the trenches, I'd be like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'll rent my own studio. You can come there, and we can go from there. So, yeah. Wow. You could feel that you're all authentic and stuff like that, but, I mean, this guy allegedly got shot. What's the name of the guy from Chicago who got killed?
King Von?
No, the media guy.
Ooh, Zach TV. Zach TV was out there with it.
Zach TV.
Rest in peace to him. He was a legend. Way braver than me.
Zach TV. Killed by probably the same, you know, some of the same guys that he probably interviewed.
Vlad, here's the thing. What people don't realize is that when you're in that type of thing, they're watching. They're like, okay, cool. He's coming to do an interview with us today. He's going to do an interview with them. Fuck the interviews. We want them dead.
Yeah.
When he's basically a walking tracker.
Yeah.
So cool. We hang out with him or whatever. But we know he's going over there. He's going to make sure. So if he's going over there, we know who's going to be there.
Yeah.
And we could kind of almost like. So again, I do think it poses a lot of threat.